All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us for our H1 2025 feature recap webinar. I cannot believe that we're already in the latter half of this year. Time has been flying by, and I feel like we say that every year. But it has definitely been a very busy and exciting few months over here on the OMG side. And we definitely know that you guys have been busy as well. And we know that you also probably don't have all the time in the world to keep up with the latest updates and everything that we are releasing and working on over here on our end. So today we just wanted to take a few moments of your time to kind of walk you through some of the bigger highlights and things that you may have missed over the past half year, give you a chance to ask some questions, and hopefully so you can start using some of the features and poking around with some of the enhancements that we're going to walk through today in the platform and start getting the most out of your day-to-day in the OMG platform. So a quick thing to note, for those of you using OMG today, the large majority of the updates that we cover are based on requests and feedback that we have heard from you over the past few months or so. So we hope that these updates that we're about to share make your experience using the platform better and even more convenient than it was 6 months ago. So without further ado, we'll break today's session down into a few different focus areas. So first, we'll cover investments that we've been making into the store building experience on the pop-up stores platform, helping you build stores faster and as easy as possible. Next up, we'll get into some of the post-sale releases and enhancements, so areas that we've invested to make fulfilling orders that much easier for you. Then we'll cover our latest announcement around our upcoming release of presentations and order management, which we are very excited to talk to you more about today. And then lastly, we'll have a live Q&A session at the very end around the last 10-minute mark or so. So we'll give you a chance to ask any questions and hopefully get all of those addressed. A few quick housekeeping items before we get started. So while we'll do our best to cover, again, the bigger highlights from the first half of this year, this will not by any means be an exhaustive list of every update that you may have seen this year, which I know you certainly would not have the time to sit through today, nor would you probably want to hear every single update from our side of things, but we'll stick to the bigger rocks and the bigger improvements that we think you'll get the most value out of. I also wanted to quickly note that you are always welcome to check out our release notes. Those conveniently live in the OMG Help Center. There's also a screenshot of where you can locate it within the Help Center on this slide. So if there's anything that you hear about today or that you've heard about over the past few months and you want to learn more, you can always visit the Help Center and those release notes. Those will give you a pretty high-level overview of everything that's going on the OMG side. And then lastly, the session will be recorded, and we will absolutely make sure that you get a copy of this following today's call. So if you couldn't make it or a member of your team could not make it, you can easily share that out with them today. All right, so meet the OMG team. We have a full house for you today. So you have myself and the lovely Natalie from the OMG product marketing team. And then we also have some special guests joining us today. We also have Ian and Felipe, our product managers and resident tech experts, as I like to call them. So they'll also be joining us for today's conversation. They'll be around to help answer some questions and just provide a little bit more color around some of the updates that we'll walk through on the platform. All right, so I see that we have a combination of some existing OMG clients on the call, and we also have some fresher faces. So I did want to just quickly introduce OMG, who we are and what we do. So if you are newer to OMG, we are a technology provider for distributors, decorators, team dealers, and suppliers. And we offer a whole suite of solutions for you to discover, sell, and manage orders online. So solutions like online stores, which we'll talk about pretty in depth today. But we do also offer tools like product search and company websites, presentations, order management, and more coming soon. So that's all going to be easily accessible from a single platform and partner, and we're excited to tell you more about it. But I will reiterate, if you are new to OMG or not using our solutions today, some of this might be new or foreign to you, which is totally fine. We'll do our best to kind of give you a peek behind the curtain and just kind of help you understand some of those features that you could be using to help build and fulfill those online orders more efficiently using OMG. So stay tuned, ask any questions along the way. We're going to cover a lot. It's going to be pretty rapid fire, but we're going to get into it now. All right, first act. So let's cover what is new on the store building side for the pop-up stores platform. So first up, and an important one, we have one source supplier product data. So you may have seen in the news or just through conversations with OMGers, but back in, I think, late 2023, OMG announced that we joined forces with Distributor Central, which you may have already been familiar with. They're a leading tech provider in the branded merch space, but also a top player for providing very high quality supplier product data from hundreds of suppliers. So this year, we made sure that our clients using the pop-up stores platform receive that advantage of having access to that very high quality, order-ready supplier product data within their online stores. So that's something that you can now start using and start adopting within the pop-up stores platform as you're building stores. A few things just to note here. So the advantage of this is to kind of give you that confidence when you're building your stores and looking for products to add to your stores. You know that the products using one source product data have been validated by the industry's only 400-point quality check, which is very impressive. And that's just going to help you ensure that the products and the data that you're using for those products are of the highest quality and ones that you can trust and build your stores with. You can find one source products just within the pop-up stores platform today, and that's going to be within the product search results on the products tab. You'll just see a little section within the product search results, and that's going to be titled One Source by OMG. So you can start adding one source products to your stores today. And then last thing to note here is that this will be available on company stores platform as well. So if you do have access to that solution, be on the lookout for more to come there very soon. Okay, moving right along. On the topic of supplier product data, so you now also have the ability to easily copy over product level inventory thresholds. So when you're copying a store or you're copying a product, you can easily transfer over those inventory thresholds that you have set. If you are newer to this feature or just need a little quick context, so the supplier inventory management feature allows you to set inventory thresholds for product variants, so sizes and colors, so that when a variant reaches that either low level or mid-level threshold that you've already set, that variant will be unable to be purchased from the storefront. So that's a really great option if you're trying to avoid those out of stock scenarios or those back ordered scenarios with customers and just kind of those unnecessary back and forth headaches with out of stock products. That's a great way to kind of get ahead of the ball and set those thresholds to avoid any of those cases in the future. All right. Percentage-based price additions. So while you are adding and managing products on your pop-up stores, you now have the ability to add price additions to those products by a percentage amount. So historically, you were only able to add price additions by dollar amount. So this is a super great and highly requested update. We're very excited to finally be able to announce that we have this functionality. So this is just going to make it very quick and easy to tack on those price additions like fundraising to either multiple products at once or a single product. And that's going to be without having to do any manual calculations or adding in percentages, taking out the calculator, things like that. You can do it automatically and quickly straight from either the products tab and also the bulk actions tab is where you can access that. And then I think one more thing to note here, and as if you have used this feature before, if you select the hide from customers option that's available, those price additions will remain hidden from the storefront for shoppers, so they won't be seeing any of that. But so that functionality is still available as it was before. Copy bundles. All right, small but mighty. So one of the simpler updates here, but again, highly requested. So we're excited to be able to check the box here. But product bundles is hopefully a feature that you are familiar with by now and love. But you now have the ability to easily copy and adjust those product bundles within the bulk actions tab. So you're just going to simply select the product bundle that you want to copy, click duplicate bundle, and then you can make your modifications from there. But we love bundles. They're great for offering things like required player packs for teams, or even making like specific uniforms, uniform bundles and supplies required for new hires and company employees, things of that nature. So we're happy to share more about bundles if you have any questions, but that is our update from Q2. Shipping exempt products. So this was a big request that we got over, the past couple months, maybe even year or so. But when you're adding products to your stores, you can now mark items as shipping exempt. So those items will not be included within the shipping calculations at checkout. So you're just going to simply check that shipping exempt little checkbox on the product setup page while you're adding products to your store. And then this is going to be great for things like digital gift cards, which obviously aren't going to require shipping, or donation items, or maybe even items that you know just are not going to be or will be delivered to a different location separate from the rest of the order. You can go ahead and check that product as shipping exempt, and it is as simple as that. Custom store contact. So while you are setting up your store and setting up the point of contact for your store, you can now easily add contact information, so email address and phone number, for a custom contact. So instead of a service contact or a salesperson contact, which you have historically seen within the app. This is going to be super helpful if you're getting questions or customer service for a store that needs to be routed through a specific contact, like maybe the head of marketing for a company, or even like a player's parent for a sports team. It just kind of gives you that added layer of customization to be able to point folks there for any inquiries. So just giving you more flexibility when it comes to how you set up and manage your stores today. All right, cooking with gas here. So BCC on order confirmation emails. So you can now blind copy up to 10 recipients, I believe, on an order confirmation email. Again, highly requested, a small but mighty enhancement to the pop-up stores platform. So with this one, for example, if maybe there's a decorator or a coach or a company point of contact that's interested in tracking an order, they can now easily have that added level of visibility. The good news to add with this update is that the end consumer or the recipient is none the wiser, so they won't see who is blind copied on those confirmation emails, but the selected person can still benefit from receiving a copy of those details. Moving right along. All right, store-wide announcement banner. So this was a recent one. I think we released this within the past couple of weeks. You may have seen it in the most recent batch of release notes that we sent out. But moving on to kind of the branding side of things. So we at OMG, we know how important it is to create those very modern and retail-like storefront experiences. And we just know how important branding plays on, again, how shoppers interact and receive messages when shopping on the storefront. So with that, we have added the option to include a announcement banner at the top of your storefront where you can display a brief message, and that message will display on every page of your store. So whether you're shopping for products, maybe you clicked into a product or product details page, or even if you are checking out, that banner will remain consistent across the top of the page, which is great, especially for very important information. So this could be anything you want to include, from maybe a new promotion or deal, pricing changes, or offers to shoppers. Or maybe it's just a super important message that you want to make sure is evergreen and stays at the top of your store. You can now easily include it there. All right, so in the same vein of branding on the storefront, so custom domain management. So if you're not as familiar with custom domains in general, so this feature allows you to create that custom domain, or also known as a URL, for your customer stores instead of the default .itemorder.com that you would see on OMG without using custom domains. So this is just gonna, again, going back to the branding conversation, this is gonna help give you that added layer of customization and branding on your storefront, which is great. So with the recent enhancements that we're talking about here, we've made some pretty significant improvements to how you create and manage your custom domains in the OMG application today. So now, if you are familiar with the process, when you navigate to the Manage tab and then select custom domains, you'll see a new experience now that kind of helps you better view the status of those custom domains at a quick glance. So now you're going to know exactly which domains are verified. They'll show up as green. If they're pending, you'll see a yellow bubble, and then if they have failed, they'll show up in red. So again, just making it much more easy to navigate, making the user experience a lot friendlier, and kind of giving you that visual component as well. We know that this has been a huge improvement if you're familiar with the custom domains experience. Again, just helping you create and manage domains a lot easier. And we've received a pretty good amount of positive feedback so far with folks that are familiar with the previous process compared to what it looks like today. So we are thrilled to hear that positive feedback from clients. All right, EU countries are now available. So I believe this was a Q1 update, but this is our last update within the store building category. But again, this is one that we've heard for several months from our clients, but you now have the ability to expand your reach and collect shipping and billing information for customers in EU countries within the checkout flow. Again, small but mighty. We know that this is super impactful for a lot of our clients that are working maybe with customers or end consumers in the EU. So this solves a pretty big pain point there. Felipe, I know you kind of oversaw this one. Anything else to add here, or any other updates we can expect with this enhancement?
No other updates at the moment. I think this was just, we were looking into the compliance aspects of this before releasing it, and everything is clear.
Awesome.
So now you can add these countries there.
Bingo. All right, good deal. All right, moving right along. So this is your chance maybe to take like a quick water break or a stretch break if you need it. But if not, then we will move right on into kind of the post-sale experience and how you are fulfilling your orders today. All right, print-on-demand stores, or POD stores, as we like to call them. So this is an extremely exciting update, whether you are using OMG today or not. But we released our new print-on-demand stores powered by Stahl's Fulfill Engine, our newest partnership. So these have been an absolute game changer in how our clients are fulfilling their online orders today. If you have not launched a POD store yet or looked into it, I strongly recommend. If it's the right fit for you, we'd love to show you around and show you just how simple it is and how impactful it can be for your business. In a nutshell, so this integration is going to connect your OMG online store with Stahl's trusted network of decorators. So those decorators have locations across the United States, and those decorators are going to automatically source, decorate, package, and ship orders that come through your online stores directly to the end consumer. So this is awesome because, one, this means aside from creating your store, there's going to be zero work and effort on your end. So once that order is placed from the storefront, that is going to be, again, automatically routed and fulfilled. So you have a ton of time back in your day to focus on serving your customers, other areas of your business that you've been putting off, or maybe even chasing new sales opportunities. We get feedback all the time from our clients that are actually leveraging this integration with just how much time back in their day that they're able to have when you kind of eliminate some of that fulfillment stress that they have added onto their plate. So that's been a great solution for that use case. Second thing I'd like to hit on here is that there are no minimums on orders for Fulfill Engine orders. So you can easily fulfill those 1Z, 2Z requests that you get that typically give you a giant migraine, or maybe you had to say no to in the past. You can now, again, easily accept those single item or low quantity orders. And then lastly, this is going to be a great way just to get more creative with the types of products and maybe even the different decoration methods that you can offer to your customers. And that's all going to be without any risk or any of the associated costs that you typically would have when you are holding inventory. So again, everything is handled completely in full by the decorator network. Products are only fulfilled once they are ordered. So again, no risk, no additional cost to you for holding inventory, just a very low risk way to be able to get creative and offer more products without all of the stress. I think just last thing I'd like to note here is that if you are interested, of course, please feel free to reach out. We also have within our Help Center article that'll give you full instructions on how you can sign up for the integration today and start launching stores quickly and easily. So plenty of information out there if you are looking for it or ready to get started. Ian, anything else to add here? I know I don't have our list of suppliers that are offered or the list of decoration methods, which is also pretty extensive, but we can definitely share that in the follow-up email. But anything else that I missed or anything else to add enhancement-wise around Fulfill Engine?
Yeah, I think you did a great job covering it, and the landing page should have the suppliers and decoration types available. The one thing I wanted to kind of add that fits along with the use cases is kind of sentimental story client. Not a huge client, but not getting to spend as much time with his family. He's taking his work home, packing boxes, shipping out, just so he can say yes to some smaller opportunities. But with this enabled for him, now he can kind of outsource that decoration fulfillment to Stall's Fulfill Engine. He can still say yes to those opportunities, but now he gets to spend more time with his family, which, I love. So I thought I'd chime in with that.
Yeah, that's an awesome story. I know we hear things like that all the time around this integration. It really is just such a game changer, and it's making a lot of lives much easier, which is great. We like taking work off of people's plates and not adding more to it. So cool. Thanks for sharing. All right, automated work orders. So on the topic of making life easier and helping make how you decorate and fulfill orders more efficient, the team's currently in the process of automating how you collect those decoration details while you're building out your stores, and then also automating how you generate those work orders in the app. Ian, I'm going to kick it back to you. Anything else to add around progress for automated work orders or what folks can expect coming up next?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Lauren. So yeah, we got automated work orders out into an open beta state earlier this year. To kind of rewind a little bit, before my time even, while designing kind of the image editing decoration process, our team realized that we were just, a few data points away from the creation of work orders, which before automating them was essentially a duplicative process where you decorate your products and build out your store. Once those orders came in, you had to rebuild those work orders. So we decided to take the information that is captured in the image editing process and automate the creation of these work order setups. We got a pretty good base product in, where it matches layers and it's assigning orders to the work order setups, but the feedback we've gathered over the last few months has been that there's a lot of different kind of use cases, edge cases that clients, everybody has a slightly different process. They want to be able to manipulate those work order setups that were automated. So right now our team's back on this project and working on kind of the polish. So we got this great base of the house. Now we're building out the rest of the house and kind of finishing it up. So very excited to see how that looks in the next month or so, but definitely more to come on the second half of this year.
Awesome. Thanks. Yeah, looks great. I'm excited to see the finished product coming up soon. All right, pop-up stores API. Again, we are now in open beta for this update as well. So we launched this for anyone to sign up that has a need to use our pop-up stores API. So if you work with other third-party systems to run and manage your business today, so think accounting software, shop management, everything in between. This API is going to make it a whole lot easier to share that order data from your OMG pop-up stores with those third-party systems. So we've rolled out with this new PI, also is coming with very new and user-friendly portal where we're going to house the API user documentation. So just making it a whole lot easier and convenient for developers to find the exact data they need when they need it and find it clearly and quickly. I will note, we do typically suggest working with a developer to actually get the pop-up stores API set up, unless you have the resources to do it in-house, which is great as well. But this, again, is an open beta now, so if this is something that you have a need for today, or maybe you're currently leveraging our orders API, this might be something you'd like to upgrade to. Either reach out to a member of our team and we can give you some more info, or feel free to access it directly within the integrations tab in the pop-up stores application. And I will note that only owners and accountants can actually access that integrations page. So just a quick note there. Ian, any other thoughts or things that I may have missed for API?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Lauren. You covered it great as always. I'll just add a little color. This is really huge for us. If you were familiar, we had something on the pop-up side that we called an API before, but it wasn't really an API. The feedback we've been getting has been amazing as far as speed, as far as the ease to use. The one thing I wanted to share was an analogy that I heard a while back that kind of paints a picture for non-technical folks. But essentially what we had before was if you imagine like a buffet, you go in, you get your tray, and then there's a whole line of food items listed out. What we had before was you got your tray and then they just stacked every single food item on your tray, and then it was up to you to decide once it was on the tray, you know, what piece of this and that could I actually eat or want to eat today. What we built now is again, buffet experience, but you take your tray in there and you actually get to select which items are going to be put on your tray. So it makes a lot more sense. And hopefully that analogy paints the picture for y'all non-technical folks.
Definitely helped me, and now I am just hungry, so thank you for that. All right, awesome. Closing us out on the post-sale and fulfillment section. So product inventory for product report. Going back to just making it a lot simpler to manage and fulfill those orders. You can now confidently fulfill orders by enabling this include product inventory option on the product report. So you now have kind of a 360 view or visibility into that product inventory from every touch point, from whether you are viewing live supplier inventory while you're adding products to your store, to when you're actually setting up those inventory thresholds while you're managing your stores, all the way to the finish line where you can view product inventory in the product report before you're ready to place your order for products. So again, just kind of covering every end of the spectrum here when it comes to product inventory and visibility, and hopefully just kind of giving you another tool in your tool belt to feel confident when you are building out your stores and adding products. Ian, were you involved in this one, and anything else to add here? I think that's kind of the high level
Yeah, I
update?
wasn't really involved, but the piece that I took away from it from updates internally was, this is now we can track inventory at all three stages, before store build, during store build, during purchasing, and now after during fulfillment. So that full complete view of inventory now.
Yep, super important. All right, last but not least for fulfillment, one more update. And you can definitely look for more details around this coming up soon, but this is for our new ShopWorks API integration, which again, we're super excited about. If you are using ShopWorks today, so this means a few things for you. So you can now sync your OMG orders instantly, so no more manual entry work, since we now have very quick and easy order importing. You can access production ready data, so automatically bring in those production specs and designs directly with your orders, just for kind of cleaner and better execution. This also means better personalization capabilities for you. So individual details like names and numbers, those are going to be transferred and ready for production. So again, super high level. This isn't out in the wild just yet, but keep an eye out for more details around the ShopWorks integration. We will be sharing more updates as they come. And then also if you're using ShopWorks today, they will be hosting a webinar with more details and kind of next steps at the end of the month. So we'll make sure that you are included on that, and you get a link to register for that webinar as well, because it's going to have a lot of great details to give you some more context.
Yeah, the only thing I would add here is, we're leveraging our new pop-up stores API here in this partnership. So they've been really close in working with us and giving feedback on that actual API, and are, really excited to kind of show off what the new integration looks like. So if you're curious about that, like Lauren said, webinar with them at the end of the month with some more details when they're finalized.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. All right, I'm sure you guys are sick of hearing me talk for the past 30 minutes now, so I will gladly hand it over to Natalie to tell us more about the latest and greatest with OMG presentations and order management.
Thank you so much, Lauren, and thank you so much for running through all the awesome things happening on stores. I am here to shed some light on what's going to happen in the second half of the year. We've got a lot of exciting things going on, but here's something really exciting. We are coming out with our OMG presentations and order management platform in fall of this year. So you're going to be able to manage all of your customers, orders, and accounting in one solution built for the branded merchandise industry, so no weird workarounds or hacks to try to make something work for you. You're going to be able to search for products across all of your favorite suppliers, build quotes, and create orders in the same platform. You can create customized interactive presentations to present new ideas and close sales deals faster. And ultimately, you're going to be able to manage your orders across all of your sales channels, online and offline, in one place. And that includes OMG online stores, pop-up, and company. So this is really exciting. This is a really great use case if you're talking to a corporate event manager who wants to see some ideas for possible swag for an event coming up, and they're not quite sure what they want, and they want to see a few product options. Presentations are a great way to do that. Same with, let's think in the athletic space for athletic directors, if they're wanting to see a few different options for jerseys or something like that, you can present them a few different product options. They can go in and give you direct feedback. They can thumbs up, thumbs down, comment. You can view it in the platform without ever leaving, and you're able to do it all from OMG. So really exciting stuff. You'll be able to convert those presentations into orders and close bulk deals faster. So really excited to get this out to you guys as soon as possible. You may be wondering, how can I get in on the scoop on this? You're probably so excited. Well, here is this handy dandy QR code, and you can scan that to join our early access waitlist. And that is where you're going to get exclusive updates and sneak peeks on what's happening in the product. You'll be able to see what upcoming features we're going to be releasing for that. You will also get 2-week early access to our new platform. So that means before we release this to the general public, you will be able to start your 14-day free trial before anybody else. So included a QR code for you here, also included the URL here for you as well, in case you're not into scanning things on your phone. Totally get that. But we would love to have you on this early access waitlist, where we're going to be sending you more information about presentations and order management.
Woohoo! Very, very big update and very exciting stuff coming up. And I did test the QR code and it works swell. So good news all around. Awesome. Okay, thanks, Natalie, and thanks, team. Okay, so I know we are nearing time here. We have covered a lot. Again, I know that was rapid fire. We went through a lot of different topics and a lot of different features, but you'll have a copy of the recording, so if you need to go back and process, you can absolutely do so. But before we wrap up, I wanted to take a few moments just to cover any questions that may have come through in the Q&A tab. We'll try to get through as many as we can in the next couple minutes, and then anything that we may have missed or don't have time to cover, we will either try our best to reach back out, or you're welcome to check out the Help Center articles or Help Center as well.
Okay, thanks, Lauren. Yes, we did get some questions that came in. We'll start off with a presentations and order management question. What OMG solutions will presentations and order management be integrated with?
Thank you so much for that question. That it will be integrated with OMG pop-up stores as well as OMG company stores, as well as our OneSource product library, where you will be able to pull in products from 500 plus suppliers, where there's 735,000 plus products to choose from. You'll also be able to manually enter in your own products and suppliers if you so choose, but OneSource is a great way to get started and explore the industry's best.
Okay, cool. All right, how can I sign up for print-on-demand stores and Fulfill Engine?
Yeah, Ian, you want to go ahead and take that one?
Yeah, sure. So essentially with this partnership, by having an Order My Gear account, you can get a Stalls Fulfill Engine account created for free. They generally have a license fee, but that's free with the license fee. There's a couple ways to go about it. I believe the landing page has a request form, but also in app, if you are an owner or an accountant and you can see the integrations page, in the Fulfill Engine card, there is a link to the form where you can sign up. Essentially, they'll create an account for you with some instructions to find a couple details, and then you can either enter that yourself into the Order My Gear app to integrate them, or you can send it to us and we're happy to do that for you. But yeah, relatively easy.
Okay, cool. And while we are on Fulfill Engine and print-on-demand stores, I'm going to ask a couple more questions on that topic. Is there training documents for print-on-demand stores, for example, on setup?
Yep, absolutely. So we, in our OMG Help Center, you can just search for print on demand or search for Fulfill Engine. And there's a very comprehensive instruction guide on how you can connect the integration for your stores, how you can actually set up your stores, add products, and a few best practices, pricing and billing details as well. So if you're looking for kind of a starter guide for those POD stores, I would advise going to the Help Center first. If you are just kind of looking for just more general information and some use cases and best practices, we have a few other resources as well. So if you check out the Marketing Center on our OMG website, there's a few POD resources there. And then you can also check out our landing page for Fulfill Engine. We can, again, include that in some of the follow-up resources after today's call, but that's a good starting point as well if you are newer to POD.
Okay. Will Fulfill Engine be available for company stores?
Ian, I'll let you take that one.
So the Magic 8 Ball is saying yes. We're currently doing research. We don't have a hard date. There's a couple paths we can take, whether it's very similar to how it works today in pop-up, or kind of taking a more API-based approach. We're kind of digging in right now, but the plan is to start developing on that before the end of the year. So probably next time we have one of these, we'll have some more information on that front.
Okay, awesome. All right, and then going back to the beginning of the presentation, can you apply a store-wide announcement banner to all stores at once?
To all stores at once? No. To all pages on a singular store? Yes. So the beauty of the store announcement banner is that it's going to be across the top of the store, regardless of whatever page you're on. But however, at this point in time, there's no way to apply that same message across multiple stores or all of your stores at once, at least not today.
All right, well, we are at time. Thank you everybody for attending today and for all the questions that came in. We'll definitely follow up with you guys individually, especially if it was more specific to your account and your situation. We'll definitely follow up with you. All right, and then this webinar is going to be recorded and posted, so be on the lookout for that and for our follow-up emails. All right, thanks everybody.